Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Chauvinistic Travelers. Murshidabad, the land of Nawabs, is situated along the banks of Bhagirathi River. The historic monarchical town manifests the emergence of British imperialists in the Bengal province that transformed the fortune of India into calamitous fate for the next 200 years. As Murshidabad was the throne of all the Nawabs of Bengal, Hazardduari was the state's treasury, revenue office and judiciary. So back in those days, Hazardduari was the court for the rulers of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. As we can see, this is the entrance gate to Murshidabad. This has been built by Sujauddin Muhammad Khan, who was the second Nawab of Bengal in the year 1729. From my right to left, if we see the gates, people from Bengal enter through the first gate, people from Bihar enter through the middle gate, and people from Orissa enter through the left gate for judiciary work in Hazardduari. We can see the emblem of flowers at the top of the arch of each gate engraved on the wall. Though we cannot see distinctly, but from my right to left if we see closely, the first flower is the rose, as Bengal was the land of Nawabs during those times. Shaluk or blue water lily represents Bihar and lotus delineates Orissa. These were the signature flowers during 18th century of these three territories.
আমার নাম হচ্ছে আমরা মিনিস্টার অফ ট্যুরিজমের গাইড। আমি 26 বছর ধরে গাইড করছি। আমরা অল মুর্শিদাবাদ টুরিস্ট গাইড, মানে যে পয়েন্টে আমি নিয়ে যাব পুরো আমি নিজেই গাইড, হাজারদুয়ারি অবধি। আর প্রত্যেকটা পয়েন্ট আজকে যতদূর আপনি আছেন ততদূর ট্যুর করাবার দায়িত্ব আমার।
So let's start with Jahan Kosha canon. Jahan Kosha is an Arabic language. Jahan means world, Kosha means conqueror. Together it means the conqueror of the world. The place where Jahan Kosha now stands was once the artillery park or the Topkhana of Bengal. This cannon was built by Janardhan Karmokar in Dhaka in the year 1637 under the instance of Islam Khan, who was the Subedar of Bengal. Janardhan Karmokar was a well-known blacksmith and goldsmith during the period of Shah Jahan. The cannon is made of Ashtadhatu, which means 8 types of metals were used like gold, silver, copper, lead, tin, mercury, zinc and iron. During the time of war, 6 elephants were fastened with 6 heavy iron rings to lift the cannon from one place to another place. Previously, the cannon was placed at an angle of 45 degrees. At later stage, the cannon rests on a carriage secured with wheels. But as of today, wheels have been removed and the cannon stands on a concrete slab. The cannon weighs 7 tons, that is 7,000 kg. Length of the cannon is 17 feet and 6 inches and has a width of 3 feet. The girth of the cannon at the touch hole end is 5.5 feet. According to the historians, 18 shells of gunpowder was needed to fire the cannon. During 1637, this was used to be the largest cannon in Asia. We can see both Hindu and Islamic architecture inscribed on the cannon. As we see the trident or the Trishul mark, which resembles the Hindu architect, and that the cannon has been built in the year 1637 has been carved in Persian language, which marks the Mughal architect. In the year 1697, when Aurangzeb was the Emperor of India, he appointed his grandson Azim-uz-Shan the Viceroy of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. But Azim-uz-Shan failed to conquer these three territories. Then Aurangzeb sent his loyal man Murshid Khan in Bengal, who was the Diwan of Hyderabad and Faujdar of Golconda in the year 1700. Till 1700 to 1702, Murshid Khan stayed in the Jahangirnagar, Dhaka. Later shifted the capital to Murshidabad. When he collected the first revenue from Bengal and had sent it to the court of Aurangzeb, Aurangzeb was impressed and appointed him the Diwan of Bengal. He also allowed him to change the name of Murshidabad to Murshidabad, which is named after his name. It was then he sat in the Masnad, the royal throne of Bengal. Jahan Kosha is famous because it was this canon which has been used by Murshid Khan when he got his victory in Bengal and thereafter became the first Nawab of the Bengal province. Next, we will be visiting Sabzi Katra Masjid. The word Katra is an Arabic language meaning market. Khatra Masjid was built in the year 1723 to 1724 by Murad Farash Khan, who was the loyal man of Murshid Khan. During his period, Murshidabad was the capital of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. People from these places came for trading of raw vegetables. So the name comes as Sabzi Katra Masjid. At present, visitors are entering the mosque from the back side, and the graveyard of Murshid Khan is at the front side of the mosque. The two corner watchtowers of 70 feet tall, which were having loopholes for musketry, is the spectacular part of the Katra Masjid. There used to be 4 minarets, but 2 of them were destroyed due to 1897 earthquake. Khatra Masjid was once used to be the caravanserai, or you may call it as Musafir Khana. During the 18th century, this used to be the largest caravanserai in India. As we see here, the mosque has domed cells. These were used as an accommodation for 700 Quran readers. You can see this reverse T-shaped structure engraved on the walls. To illuminate the mosque, fire torch or mashal were shoved on this engraved structure. Murshid Khan was born as Sudarshan Narayan Mishra in a Hindu Brahmin family. When he took Islam region, he was called Mirza Hadi. When he sent his first revenue to Aurangzeb, he was known as Kartalab Khan. And when he sat on the Masnad, the royal throne, he became Murshid Khan. We are now entering inside the mosque. The structure of the mosque was built in such a way that whoever person comes, whether dignitary or ordinary, they had to bow down their head before Allah. Then only they can step inside the mosque.
To build this Khilan or arch-shaped structure, masons of those days used white lime, slacked lime, molasses, sand, egg yolk, kachu water, fenugreek water, sago water and urad dal. Using this material makes the structure more strong and concrete. Those are the ducts for air conditioning in those days. Now you can see one of those air conditioning ducts. The masjid stands on khilan or arch-shaped structure. It has no pillar support, instead it has been given a raised platform support by several arches. For building the mosque, Murad Farash Khan collected materials from Hindu temples that were once destroyed by Murshid Quli Khan, as he was deprived from Hindu society. He had ravaged many Hindu temples in Orissa and Karnataka. You can see the replica of the destroyed materials from the Hindu temples engraved on the walls. This was a platform for the Islamic followers to offer prayers. The mosque can accommodate around 2000 namaz readers, so we can find 2000 square type mats of different designs depicted on the floor. You can see the heavy iron rings embedded on the wall. These were used as temporary structure with a roof for shade and protection from rain for the namaz readers. Murshid Quli Khan in his olden days used to repent for his misdeeds, so he ordered his trusted follower Murad Farash Khan to build Katra Masjid in between 1723 to 24. He also gave instruction to bury his body in such a place that whoever comes to the mosque, the dust from those admirers' feet will fall on the graveyard, so that his sins may be forgiven by Allah. Earlier there used to be 5 domes, but 3 domes were destroyed during the 1897 earthquake. We can also see that the mosque has been tilted somewhat towards left due to the effect of the earthquake. Now people might think how the mosque got illuminated in those days as there was no electrification. We can see the Jafri designed window previously studded with diamond, emerald, ruby and pearl on the northern side of the mosque, and the southern side of the window was fixed with Belgium glass. Oil lamps were kept in places. The reflection of lamps from the Belgium glass made the mosque even more radiant and shining. These places were used for the ventilation purpose. At present, these are made concrete due to security reasons. We can see a write-up inscribed on the touchstone, that is Koshti Pathor, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. This is the first word of Quran known as Kalima. Islamic people pray these words before starting their namaz. We can see another Persian inscription, Muhammadi Sheikh Dare Sheikh Kalekha, which means Prophet Muhammad is our glory, and people from all caste and religion can come and visit Katra Masjid. Five kilometers from Khatra Masjid will get Gobrakhali River, which used to be the harbour during 18th century. Gobrakhali River joins with Kati Ganga of Baharampur, which is the Adi Ganga. This was the trading route in those days. Now we are standing right above the graveyard of Murshid Quli Khan. Previously there used to be nets, but it has been replaced by concrete due to harsh weather conditions. From here, after descending 14 steps, we will be reaching the graveyard of Murshid Quli Khan. Now we are entering the graveyard of Murshid Quli Khan. As of now, there was no dust from followers' feet falling on the graveyard, but we can see soil dust has been kept over his graveyard to give his last words. We can see the Shiva temple adjacent to the mosque. Murshid Quli Khan built both the Shiva temple and the mosque in one common ground. This manifests that he looked upon both Hindu and Muslim religion as identical and co-equal and does not believe in discrimination. Both the mosque and the temple were built in the period of 1723 to 24. The structure of the temple is constructed according to the plan of Mughal architecture. Next we'll be touring Khatra Masjid. Khatra Masjid was built by Nawab Sarfaraz Khan in the year 1739. This was built within a single night because of the impulsive behavior of the Nawab. The masjid was incomplete and cannot be built within one night. Out of 5 domes, 3 domes were incomplete with no staircase as well. In Bengali it is called as Khatra Masjid. In Arabic it is known as Fort Masjid, meaning obsolete. Sarfaraz Khan was the 3rd Nawab of Bengal. He was the grandson of Murshid Quli Khan and son of Sujauddin Khan, the 2nd Nawab of Bengal. Sarfaraz Khan was defeated by Alivardi Khan on 6th of April 1740, and this marks the end of Nasri dynasty and the beginning of Afsar dynasty. In the next vlog, we'll be touring Katgola Palace, House of Jagat Seth and Hazardwari Palace. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon in our next vlog. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment.